Ladles and jelly spoons, welcome back to Kohigh Mathy's YouTube channel, broadcasting live via videotape from the Orbital Broadcast Bunker, Britain's first and only airborne subterranean studio. Yes, we're technically floating above a very deep hole, health and safety nightmare, but the rent's cheap.
Wi-Fi's terrible though.
Today we're diving into the development pedigree behind Silent Hill F. And I do mean diving because frankly finding retro credentials in this team is like mining for diamonds in a custard factory.
No, but you know, at least Custard's got more substance than most modern horror franchises.
Harsh but fair, Pat. Silent Hill F, set in 1960s Japan, developed by NeoBards Entertainment. Now, for those of you keeping score at home, NeoBards is a Taiwanese studio founded in 2017, which in retro terms makes it roughly as vintage as a TikTok dance.
Actually, speaking of vintage, did you know that badgers have been around for approximately 15 million years? They've survived the Ice Age, continental rifts, and somehow the Nintendo Virtual Boy. Unlike most people who bought one.
It needs your eyes. Virtual Boy.
While NeoBards might be younger than my nephew's PlayStation account, they've been the unsung heroes of retro preservation. Devil May Cry HD Collection, Onimusha Warlords, Resident Evil Origins Collection. Basically, they're the digital equivalent at lads who restore classic cars, except instead of a Morris Minor, it's Dante's leather trousers. And they understand something crucial about retro horror: atmosphere over action. Their Resident Evil Resistance actually drew inspiration from the fixed camera angles of the original games, using the past to inform the present. Who'd have thought? Yeah, rather like how the finest Earl Grey requires bergamot oil that's been properly aged. You can't rush these things, you know. Flavour develops over time, much like a fine wine or a good horror franchise.
Or hangover.
But let's talk about the real retro royalty here. Akira Yamaoka. This man is Silent Hill. He composed the soundtracks for the first 4 games, back when survival horror meant you actually had to, survive, not just collect 12 keys and watch a cutscene.
I remember when horror games were about being genuinely unsettled, not jump scares every 30 seconds like some demented cuckoo clock.
Yamaoka's 1999 Silent Hill soundtrack, recorded when Tony Blair still had hair and we thought the Millennium Bug might end civilization. Those industrial soundscapes, those haunting melodies, pure nightmare fuel, served with a side of artistic brilliance.
I remember 1999, I was perfecting my Victoria sponge recipe. Took me 3 attempts to get the jam to cream ratio perfect. Rather like game development, I imagine. It's all about the perfecting of balance. Keith, lad, you've just compared Silent Hill to Victoria sponge. I'm not sure if that's profound or a bit disturbing.
You saved my life.
But here's the kicker. Silent Hill F is being written by Ryukishi07, creator of the Higurashi visual novel series. Now, visual novels might not scream retro gaming to most people, but this bloke has been crafting psychological horror since before YouTube existed. Back when internet was still on dial-up and downloading a single screenshot took longer than a 3-course meal. You'd be up all night and only see 3 women. I mean, those were simpler times. People had patience. They'd wait for things to download whilst enjoying a proper brew. None of this instant gratification nonsense. And that patience shows in Ryukishi07's work. Slow-burning psychological horror that really gets under your skin like a particularly persistent itch. And that's perfect for Silent Hill, really. The series was always about more what you don't see than what you do. Like my hairline. Less said the better. The real beauty here is that Silent Hill F represents a return to Japanese horror sensibilities. The original Team Silent understood that true horror comes from the unknown, the suggested, the implied, not CGI monsters with more polygons than a geometry textbook. Rather reminds me of a good ghost story. The best ones are often told around the fireside, with nothing but shadows and imagination. No special effects required, just a skilled storyteller and a receptive audience. And probably a pint or two to loosen nerves.
It's time to say your goodbyes. You're going to kill them with your own hands. What's going on?
So there we have it, ladles and jelly spoons. Silent Hill F might be being developed by relative newcomers, but it's built on a foundation of retro expertise. You've got NeoBards remaster experience, you've got Yokohama's legendary composition, and you've got Ryukishi07's narrative mastery.
Plus it's set in 60s, which technically makes it a period piece, a proper retro that is. The 1960s, I remember them fondly, although admittedly I was only in my teens. Simpler times, tea came in loose leaf forms and badgers roamed freely across the British countryside without fear of property developers.
Yeah, on that note of badger-based social commentary, we'll wrap up today's dive into Silent Hill F's retro roots. If you've enjoyed watching three men discuss video games in a flying bunker, smash that like button like it's a rusty save point.
And subscribe, because quite frankly we need all the validation we can get. Lads, don't forget to share this with your chums. After all, a good video, like a good brew, is best enjoyed with company.
And until next time, we'll leave you with this. Why do they put expiration dates on sour cream containers? Cheerio, see you soon.